What's up, folks? Man, I usually start my video at the stoplight, but I feel like talking now. I feel like talking. Oh, so let's talk about overeating. One thing, I had a date on Saturday. We went and got Mexican food. And here's the thing, I've been really anti-social. I've been a real loner for the past few years. A lot of it has to do with food and eating it, and not wanting to, be tempted to eat wrong foods or overeat. I know when I'm by myself, I can go someplace and just get some ribs and just eat ribs and be done. I don't have to order appetizers or have drinks or any of that. I can just, and people won't, think I'm weird because I'm ordering, burgers with no bun or something like that. I don't know. But it's a lot easier. It's not that people, I guess maybe it's not that people think I'm weird. I'm concerned about that, but it's that most people don't watch what they eat. Most people give in to their own temptations and then get defensive if you ask them not to, or just by seeing you, right? So you don't eat, I don't eat wheat. And I've had so many people apologize because they're eating bread. Sorry, I know it's not healthy, but... So it's just always better. It's always been better just, for me, just because I'll cook something that's just, a pound of ground beef and broccoli and just eat it right out of the pan. It's always easier, it's just to be alone than try and find somebody who will eat, the same as me, or not try and convince me or force me out of the way I want to eat. So I was gonna say, hey, let's go get a barbecue, because I know this place that has they have all kinds of delicious sides, but they have a nice coleslaw, like an oil and vinegar coleslaw. It's pretty good. I think they put green chili in it, actually, like slices of green chili. It's really, really good. And then get a rack of ribs and some coleslaw, and we're good. But I saw a place, I'm like, man, I haven't had a beer since I ate there one day, and I had a beer and some nachos, and they're really good. And I'm like, do you want to do that instead? She's like, yeah. And I said, okay, well, if we do that, is it okay if we turn down the free chips and salsa? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's good. Because that's the thing, right? Yeah, is a beer good for me? Not necessarily, no. Is steak nachos with sour cream and cheese good for me? Not necessarily, no. But they're not going to trigger my overeating. I get the nachos. You get about 10 or 15 chips. In this place, they individually top each chip. So they're like mini tostadas. Instead of actually a pile of chips and cheese and all that stuff, they're actually like individual ones. But, so I know what my trigger food was. I know what's going to cause me, what would cause me, get me into overeating, what would get me sick, would be the chips. Like, I knew it was the chips. And I knew that I couldn't be around them. That I couldn't start eating them. And I love chips and salsa, especially with beer. But in the end, I was able to be social, drink a beer, reverse, eat my dinner, or eat, I was able to be social and still be this person who's an overeater. I guess that's the same as when recovering alcoholics go to parties and don't drink. Anyways, the other thing is that this may be the first time in my life. Now, I got into the heating and air conditioning trade at the age of 18. Went to school. I'm 43. I've been in and out of the career, but basically for 20-something years. I've never not fixed something. I've always managed to get things going. As far as it, and then for the years that I was teaching, I thought it was cool by saying, if it heats or cools, I'll fix it. If it heats or cools, I'll fix it. And I really, I was gonna say proud. I have a lot of pride in my ability to fix, heating and air conditioning systems. It's not my love. It's not my passion. I don't want to do it for the rest of my life. I don't want to do it now. But I have a real talent and a natural ability to do it. And I've never not fixed something until yesterday. And here's the thing, right? As I was just saying, I said the word pride, and that's what it is my pride. My pride is hurt. My ego is hurt. Because I couldn't figure this goddamn thing out. And here's the thing. I spent all day on it, and I found several things wrong with it. So the one thing about this building is you'd be surprised at things that are broken and people don't know about. So I found a couple different things wrong with it, remedied them, and it still didn't work. Not that those things fixed made the thing were wrong. I was right about those. They are wrong. They weren't operating. There were some things I needed to bypass, airflow switch. I needed to swap out a motor. I found a connector that was not properly tightened. So those are all things that I found that legitimately were wrong. One thing that I did make a mistake, and I'm not afraid to admit the mistake I made. I thought I found a bad contactor, replaced the contactor, got the same thing, got the same readings, and then realized that I was checking these readings without my glasses and I didn't see the decimal point. Fucking ridiculous. All right, but other than that, here's the thing with this air conditioner, or with this heater. It's electric heat. These are the biggest pieces of cake to work with. Electric heaters. It's simple. You have a electric heater, you have power to it, and fan blows across it. It's not that hard. Everything, when I left yesterday, everything was operating correctly, electrically sound. Everything was working. But it wasn't putting out heat. All right, so you have the load. It has to have resistance, right? You measure that with ohms. It has to have voltage in order to work, and then you check the operating. You check how it's operating by checking the amperage. Everything, it's getting its power. They all have the same ohm reading, resistance. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. I just cannot find the reason why it's not putting out heat. So my point is that, man, that hurts my ego. I ran some electrical. I'm not an electrician. I'm not a new control. I can troubleshoot electrical appliances, anything. I know a lot about electricity, but I am not a new construction electrician. And I get asked to do stuff that I don't know how to do. So I do my best, and I do it wrong. I don't care. That doesn't hurt my feelings. I do not care one bit if I do something, if you ask me to do something that I don't know how to do, and I try to do it, and it's wrong. But this is my bread and butter. This is what I'm an expert at. And it sucks that I didn't figure this out. That I can't dedicate any more time to it, really. I got to call somebody else in. And what I always find out is sometimes sometimes other people aren't any better than you, right? You call an expert to come take care of something, and they're just humans too. There's no difference. So sometimes I get really disappointed when I figure out that I'm paying money for somebody to do something and they're not any better at it than I am. I think I'm digressing here. Anyways, my point is that you're never. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm never perfect. Nobody is going to be perfect. We're never going to not make mistakes. We're never going to not be able to be perfect in everything we do. And I'm trying to instill that in my guys, right? I got a team, and I'm trying to tell them that it's okay if we make fucking mistakes. That's how we learn shit. Nobody wants to make mistakes. Everybody, and how is that even possible to be perfect? So I'm trying to relay this information to my guys. In the meantime, I accept responsibility for the mistakes I made. I make mistakes all the time. But this one hurt. This one hurt. The fact that I couldn't figure it out, and I have to accept that. Like, obviously, the ones that don't bother me aren't the ones that I have to deal with, right? Aren't the major ones. They're not the important ones. You asked me to wire to rough out some electrical fucking boxes and shit, and I did it wrong. Oh well, doesn't bother me. That's not the challenge, right? The challenge is this: accepting the fact that with 20-something years experience in troubleshooting heating and air conditioning systems, that I got stumped. That's a hard one to swallow, and that's the one I need to swallow, right? Anyways, it's Friday, it's payday. Oh, well, I'm out of time. Anyways, it's Friday, it's payday. I'm gonna go look at my money, because I just sent a whole bunch of it to my property manager for my rental houses. So now I'm gonna be in a hole. Not really, but I was accumulating wealth, and now I had to pay some. Now, this weekend, nice and sunny. I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna write. I want to write so much. It's good to feel that. Like, I want to write this book. I want to write another book. I want to publish Siddhartha. I want to read it and write as I read it, and publish like my version or interpretation of it. So that's just an idea I have, but I'm gonna do it.
We fly, rise together.
Peace out, folks.